1+1, you go undo. From Bota for Paco Club, and you go undo. Dark music, one blow, we go soon blow. Hold yourself, maintain your champion, you go undo.
2013, I think they were in the studio. Song was supposed to feature, I think, Two-Face, I guess. Backtrack, 2013, Christmas, around Christmas, I had me, DJ Sambrella, and Uzio, we'd spent went out with DJ Humility. We were at an event, I think, at Get Arena, I guess. Then we crashed at DJ Humility's end, and we ended up spending the entire day just gisting and, because he hadn't seen me in like a year. Now, at night, he came to drop us off. So, we were hungry. Stopped off at, Akerele. They got some lovely bukas at Akerele. And we decided that, look, we don't want junk food. We want to eat real food. So there I am, waiting on my meal with Honorable Anthony Oladipo Afolabi, a friend of the family. Just chilling, and a call comes through. Like, yo, dude, Google Ojuelegba. And I was like, Ojuelegba, what's wrong with Ojuelegba? They Google it right now, featuring Two-Face, Wizkid featuring Two-Face, Ojuelegba. Lo and behold, I see like a snapshot, like a snippet, a short video. Somebody leaked it. You get it was a session and a recording. It was still very raw, but the clear thing about it was that studio. I was like, this dude went, yo, I gotta give it to you, man. I gotta give it to Wizkid. Like, look, there's no amount you could pay, that will beat what you did. That's a shout out. That's like, all right, bro, you've been hiding, come out. And I'll say everything was orchestrated by God, because I didn't expect it. At that time, it was just me, Lord, help me. I know how many times I'd, sit on my own and cry like, man, Lord, see how many people I've worked with. See how many people I've actually helped. See how many people I spent my money on. They're out there making this money. But here I am grinding, and help me. And then I heard that, you get me? And I heard that. It made me feel good. It really made me feel good. I started trying to reach out to him. I had his number, but because he's busy, you can't really get through to him. And I didn't know any of his managers. I just wanted to say, bro, thank you. I will capitalize on what you've done. But the track hadn't dropped until about a year later. It dropped on a Monday, I remember. And Mondays are workers' meetings in church. I was in church. My phone rang, and I had forgotten to put it on silent or switch off. So I had to run out. I saw it was DJ Skilo calling me like, man, yo, dude, what's up? You don't hear Ojuelegba? I was like, yeah. They were like, what are you feeling like? I was like, you don't hear? I was like, yeah, the track is dropped finally. It's Two-Face on it. I was like, nah, man, but check it out. It's dope. And I had data, so I quickly ran to the toilet, streamed, listened to it, and man, I couldn't sit in church anymore. I was like, yo, this guy actually did this. It was lovely for me. And then calls started coming in like, man, yo, oh boy, be like, say they don't sort. I laughed most of that time. Like, man, dudes be like, yo, how far, man? Don't forget your boys. Oh. Maybe I was like, yo, what you guys thinking, man? Like, you think this guy has actually paid money into my account? I wish, because he's got it. But then at the end of the day, whatever he makes, he has to split it with his management now. What's up with you guys? Even till date, I wish my phone were on. I'd show you guys. I'd show you till yesterday, I was in the studio with George. Someone still sent me a message like, bros, how far? Something. So how far the Wizkid song now? Don't forget your boys. I was like, hey, and then it prompted me to come down to Lagos, because at that time, what I used to do was every quarter I'd show up in Lagos, maybe for a week or two, just to breathe a little bit of Lagos air, listen to what's up, get some fresh songs from, my guys, get some new videos, head back and, just bury myself again and work, you get, and tap off their own inspiration. So, Ojuelegba, I had to come, so my guys were like, man, look, Wizzy is going to be at Hennessy Artistry. Let's go look for him. Don't worry, I'll sacrifice. I will fill my car, we'll go. And I was like, then I met him though. First thing he did, I think someone tapped him and told him like, yo, first thing he thought was like, yo, bro, I was like, I was embarrassed, man. I'm shy. Look, I'm talking now because, you put me in the zone, so here I am. But I was really, really shy. I was like, whoa. Like, when he turned and looked at me, obviously everybody's watching him. And he walks up like, yo, bro. All I could hear was, man, I love you, man. I've been looking for you, bro. What's up? How far? There I am with Wizzy. I was really uncomfortable because he came to work. So he was like, yo, sit with me, man. Sit here. I was like, man, nah, I can't. Don't let me cramp your style. Just do your thing, all right? I'll wait in the back. When you're done, we can just. Dude was like, all right, okay, give me your number. And he dialed that. Boss, you get the number. Waiting up. I was now like, man, yo, I did call you. Like, he tried to explain. I was like, look, I understand, but let's do this. Let's work. I like to be a part of the thing again, because I do remember how I met Wizzy. I see him at Point Beach then, because at one point people blew up. Guys blew up and started leaving. They'd be busy, not leaving. They'd be busy, too busy to come as often as they used to. Like the Groove Voice crew got really busy doing the Groove Voice thing. And, some of them, I think they split up at one point, but they still got attached to several media houses and they're busy. So at some point, it would just be me, and a few new guys. I would see Wizzy, just this small, handsome little boy, handsome teenager. I used to think he was friends with OJB's son. But then I'd see that, look, there was more to this boy than being Junior's friend. Until my friend, Mojisola Delano, a blogger, great girl, lawyer. We used to be in a crew, dope rapper. If I may say so. She's just hiding. Wherever she is, man, she knows who she is. So Mojisola brought Wizzy and handed him over to me like, man, yo, Mo, this dude needs your attention. I know that you have a studio at home, and I know you don't really do too much with it. You're always out here. Look, man, this guy needs attention. This guy needs help. He needs to be around the studio. Right now, Jigga is too busy to admit anybody. Even you have been sitting outside for weeks. I'm like, man, I don't mind, no, but all right, okay, let's see. 2007, 2627. So, we got introduced, and I found out I was like this very respectful young man. I tell him be here, he will show up. Then I started to loosen up to him, and they'll be like, all right, okay, now this boy know what team is fine, all right. So we had this studio at home, and we also had 5 mics at Isla Street. Okay, so at home was just a desktop computer that we used to fiddle with. I had FL on it. I used to make beats, and he'd come through with Silly and Ugly, and we'd just jump on hooks. And I found out that, look, this dude was actually very hungry. I remember he was more of the Sean Kingston, patois, raga style. So I told him, I was like, man, look, dude, you're good. I know you can be better than this. I think you should stop trying to find yourself. Your market is, all these small anti-ayo / a-hole / QC girls. That's your market. I think you need to do some bubblegum stuff for them, Then, still infuse a little bit of where you're from, but they like that. They like that because he had the looks. He had it. He had, you can look at Wizzy and just see superstar written all over him. You get? So, I think the first recording we did together, it was one song with Silly. They did a collab. I don't remember the hook anymore, but I know I made the beat. And then I remember working on a beat that I didn't have a hook for, but I really loved the beat. I was always like, my production was always like ahead of its time, so most people wouldn't understand. Like, I'd give them beats and they wouldn't know what to do with it. Do you hear me? They'd be looking, they'd hear, it would sound nice, but because they weren't ready. Now, Nigerian acts depend too much on what's happening now. That's why Burna Boy is Burna Boy. That's why Burna Boy blew up. Burna Boy came out with, ahead of his time stuff. Like the Party is beautiful. Like the Party is different. Was different. Burna Boy is different. That's why he has no rival right now. Nobody can rival him. Nobody can drag his style with him. You get me? Then Lyrics. That's his producer. Lyric. Is it Lyric? Lyric knows what to give to him. Lyric is a standout producer as far as I'm concerned. That's the kind of person I was. So I made this beat. I didn't know what to do with it, but when Wizkid came through, he had a hook for it. So I gave it to him. I was like, okay, go right. And I think maybe after a while, he stopped coming around because we're seriously talking about taking his recording away from my studio. I'd give him beats. I couldn't mix. My recording wasn't that clear over at my studio, so we were just managing. We couldn't afford the right, high-tech stuff. Couldn't afford good mics. We're still just managing, getting a little money here and there. So I told him, I said, okay, look, try and talk to someone, talk to your people, talk to your mom, talk to your sister, see if we can raise money or look for a good studio. I was even thinking of talking to Danjigi as my big bros, like, bros, please, let's record. I like this guy. I think he has something. Then I guess he met somebody, from running around. The guy is a hustler, easy, straight up. I'll give it to him. He knows how to get what he wants. He's loyal. He will enter you until he gets what he wants. Then I think he called me up. I was like, man, look, bros, I don't record. Okay, it wasn't he who called me. Tolu T-Bass. T-Bass of what's Street Monks. Street Monks, that's a rough man. T-Bass called me up. I was like, man, yo, Mo, there's this beat you made for Wizzy, man. I recorded him at Southie. Tolu was working at Southie then. I was like, man, come over and hear it, man. Dope song, nice beat, man. What's it do now? Why you not give us beats? And I was like, man, I was curious as to which of the beats he had used. And I went and heard Wakba. I was like, man, this is a dope one. And man, I think we should push it. I was like, man, me push it. It's not my song, it's Wizzy's song. What I'll do is give me the song. Maybe after a while, if he doesn't do anything about it, I'll try and push it. Shortly after, we heard Fast Money. MI, yeah. Wizzy on MI. I heard the hook. It was on radio. And I was like, nah, man, this sounds like my guy. This sounds like Wizkid. And then the album dropped for real, and I saw it. Because at that point, I was like, man, I'd never heard any presenter, you get me, mention the track and the name, but I just knew, okay, Fast Money, Fast Cars was always repeating itself like a sample. And then when the album came, I went for it, and I saw featuring Wizkid. I looked at it like, man, I always knew this boy was up to something. All right. I think in a short while after that, I left for Kano. I worked in Kano for a year. Helped one label set up. We needed somebody to come train some guys over in the north, so and also groom their act. So I went there. I met Joel, he used to be Ghetto Man there. I met Joel. Joel was on the label, but Joel had just relocated. So I think he had come into town briefly. So I met him, struck off a relationship with him, and it was short though, but it was okay. Then I was working with this guy, and then Holla at Your Boy dropped. I didn't hear Holla at Your Boy. The boy came to me, was like, man, there's this kid. I was like, all right, okay, I know him. He was like, you don't come again. You know everybody. I told him, I said, look, I have a relationship with everybody, from the P-boys to everybody. He was like, nah, man, that's a lie. I told him, I said, okay, I know him. His name is so I have his number. I'll call him now. And I called Wizzy. And Wizzy was like, yeah, bro, what's up? Where you there? I've been looking for you. I was like, man, I'm up north. I'm working on, I'm working in label. I'd like for you guys to show up whenever you're in the north. Hook me up. We used to talk every night back then. Almost every night. Until I think he lost that number. So, now, on the strength of what he heard, because he crashed in my house once, and he heard me talking to Wizkid, the actual Wizkid, and he was like, seriously, are you Wizkid? I was like, yeah, I am. Calmly. And I was like, all right, so now you can do what you did for this guy. And right now, Nasim is like the biggest act in Kano and the North entirely. You get me? So that's how, when we heard Holla at Your Boy was a banger, no doubt. Then I think Giddy Girl was the next single, yeah? Giddy Girl, See You Did For Me. I just knew it, like, man, look. And then he now dropped, what's this song? Bad Guys. Bad Guys was like the ultimate anthem for me. Now, like, man, look, 3 songs back to back, then you can play forever, man. And time don't talk. We agreed that, look, there's no holding this guy back, because I wasn't even surprised when Akon did a remix. I wasn't. I knew it. Only thing I started hearing was Weezy in New York, Weezy here, Weezy there. I was like, Lord. Look, that song, I don't know why I really did it, but I guess I just had to talk. I just had to say something, because, man, I was tired of Modog Alpha, where the money? I'm telling you, like, guys be like, yo, guy, where the car, where the money? I'm sure this guy has paid you, man. You're stingy. Why are you hoarding the money? Why are you, look, this is not how it's been this is not how it was on the street. Now, remember how we didn't used to have money? And guys be like, remember those years when we did buy Indomie? I be like, man, look, y'all don't mess with me. All right, but when I came to, I didn't have any plans to record Ojuelegba when I came to Lagos. I came for my album. I just got up and I was like, man, okay, I was doing a contract. I work with my mom, so I was begged out, like, moms, look, please give me a break. I'm like her manager, her MD. So I was like, moms, look, this is not me. Can I do me now? Please, just give me a break. Let me just head to Lagos. Like, I told her I was going to do a month, yeah. But in my mind, I knew I'd stay till, even if I had to stay till Easter, my mind was made up that I'll come to Lagos, work on my project, look for everybody, look for help, you get, reconnect with all those friends, all those acquaintances that I had in the industry that I had lost, look for them again. And then I was in the studio one evening and I remember that I downloaded the beat. I downloaded Ojuelegba beat for a project. I used the beat to do a project, 100,000 Poets for Change. I did a song. I was invited to do music on the project, So I wrote something that was inspiring. I was like, and then someone was playing the beat at home. I think it was DJ Strambo was playing the beat at home, and then everything just came flooding in. That's the entire package. Everything you heard on the remix just came flooding in there and then. And there was no pen, no paper in sight. I almost went crazy. So I had to record them piece by piece. I quickly brought out my laptop, reconnected it to SoundCloud. It was that night I installed Cubase 5. It was that crazy. I didn't sleep. So when I finished recording it, people heard it, were like, man, where is the Wizkid beat now? I looked at them and I kept hearing ignore, don't say jack. And then, a couple of days ago, I handed it over to George, Nat, and I begged him. I was like, bro, look, I know what you can do. I know your art. I followed it from way back, man. Help me out on this track. I think a friend has heard it and he wants me to push it. Because people heard it and they were like, man, I know a non-hip hop head who heard the track and was like, yo, so what are you doing about it? And that prompted me to drop it. And look, whatever happens to it though, I'm just glad I got it off my chest though. So Weezy, wherever you're at, it's for you. It's a thank you song. It's just to say, yo, thank you. Thank you for remembering a brother. And, holla at your boy for real.